Hi, hello.
What's up, Korean language learners? 안녕하세요. This is Jae Himangi, and I am here with yet another topic on the Korean language that you need to know. But first, let's do a tiny little recap. My Tangshin video was 2 weeks ago, and since then, BTS Tweet, which is BTS on Twitter, they tweeted something within the last week, in support of the Black Lives Matter hashtag, and they spoke up against racial prejudice. It was this one tweet where they used the word 당신 and they translated it themselves so no one can say, hey, your translation's wrong, or you're wrong, or whatever. So yeah, they translated 당신 as you, and I feel good about being right about the way to use 당신. So anyway, moving on. Today we're going to talk about how you can address someone who is younger than you or the same age as you once you are familiar with them. So this also answers someone else's question about when you can start, using familiar terms of address. And this includes, the ones that we went over in, was it the last, yeah, I think it was in the last video as well. Um, you know, uh, Actually all throughout the last three videos. 오빠, 언니, 누나, and 형. When should we start using them? And I did say that you can only start using them once you have asked, can we speak informally to each other? And then you can start. Before that, you are supposed to address people as something she, um, like how I said I refer to my hairdresser as Tamishi, and she calls me Arashi. And yeah, so that's polite. And then once you have said, I don't want to be polite anymore, can we speak informally? Which is 편하게 말해도 돼? And, or 편하게 말해도 돼요? It depends. You can add the yo to be polite if you want to ask politely, or if you're the person older and you're addressing someone younger, then you can drop the yo. All this has been gone over in the previous videos. So, but today, we're going to address something that I see very often wrongly used in fanfics, and I need to put a stop to this because it annoys me so fucking much. It's like, oh my god, the quality of your writing is pretty good, and then you go ahead and ruin it by using this wrong way of addressing, and it's so fucking annoying. It makes a difference to me because I understand that you're using it wrongly and it ruins my reading experience. And so either A, I'm trying to explain this thing so that I can ruin the reading experience for all of you, or B, I'm trying to let all of you know that it's wrong and to use it correctly so that everyone can have a good writing and reading experience, and you can use this in real life, and you can understand why BTS calls each other by this way, okay? So let's get straight into examples. I call my friend, let's use our everybody's favorite example right off the bat, which is my friend Minju. So when I call her, when I talk to her or address her, I call her Minju야. If I want to say something and if I want to get her attention, I just say Minju야, blah 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 blah. And if I address anyone else in my group chat, it's 한주야, 서희야. And but so if you notice in BTS, let's use a great example. Whenever Jin calls Namjoon, I have so many clips of this. I'm gonna put one right now.
남준아! 남준아!
전화 왔어.
남준아!
여보세요?
남준아, 요 옆에 코레도 달아줘. 남준아, 좋아. 남준아, 봐줘. 형!
Okay, so that was fine to see. Um, Jin, Jin will just keep calling Namjoona, Namjoona, Namjoona. And why does he do that? Why does he attach that back in the back of Namjoon's name? Why do I attach a ya at the back of Minju's name? I don't know. I know definitely in a lot of cultures you don't have this like suffix at the back of your name. But even in Chinese culture, which is my culture, people attach, that to the back of people's names, even if it's an English name or even if it's a Chinese name. Like here in Singapore, we attach that to the back of names. But of course, if I were to say it in a Singaporean accent, then it would be totally different than the accent that I'm using to speak now. So if I were to imitate, say, let's do a random name and a random person. Let's go with David. It's so easy. So, if I were a regular Singaporean woman, older woman with who speaks sort of like a mix of English and Chinese. So, my English is going to be Chinese accented. Let's say I was going to say tainted, but that's not a good word. Chinese accented English, okay? And I were David's mom, I would be like, David, I can't sound convincing. Okay, let me try that again. David, dinner is ready. Jesus. I'm just gonna do the David part with the proper accent to explain this, and then I'll say the rest of the sentence the way I normally speak. David, dinner is ready. Okay, so there's an at the back of David's name, and that's how we would say it in the Singaporean culture. I think Malaysia has the same culture as well. So there's an attached to the back of names if your name ends with a consonant. A consonant. Why did I pronounce it like that? So if you didn't know the difference between vowels and consonants, consonants, Jesus. What is happening? Vowels are A-E-I-O-U. And if your name ends with a vowel, like Minju, Honju, Soi, all of them end with a vowel. Minju Yu, Honju Yu, Soi I. So you add a ya at the back because that's like a flow, right? Minju sounds weird. Minju That's weird. Minju. See, that sounds more natural. In Korean, the language is largely about sounds. So every alphabet in the Korean, every letter in the Korean alphabet has a very specific sound. And if you get lazy and pronounce things the lazy way, people may get mixed up, and the spellings of things may be wrong. For example, okay, Cheongguk and Jongguk. You should be able to see the spelling on the screen right now, and I'm gonna say it for you again. Cheongguk, Jongguk. Completely different first syllable. Okay, now at the same time, we're going to learn how to say BTS names, and it's gonna be really fun. I don't know. I just find this whole topic like more fun and more like, I guess, less serious than others. Maybe I'm in a good mood. I don't know. And also, it's nice. I'm recording on my bed. Feels good. It's also at night, by the way, which is why there's like a light glaring in my face. But it can't be helped. I live in a very noisy house, and I can only record at night now. So, okay. Let's go over. We'll go in the order of fan chants, okay? So, if you had just met Namjoon, you would call him Namjoon Si. If you are older than Namjoon and you have become very familiar with him, and you guys have progressed much in your relationship, then you can and you're older than him, right? So you can call him Namjoona. Namjoona. I just love saying it. I love Namjoon so much. I just love saying it. Okay. We'll just go over. Okay? Number 1, Namjoon. Number 2, Seokjin. Number 3, Yoongi. Number 4, Hoseoga. Number 5, Jimin. Number 6, Taehyeong. Number 7, Jungkook. So only Yoongi has the ya at the back of his name because his name ends with a vowel. And I want to tell you the context in which these suffixes, a suffix is something you add at the end of a word. So I want to tell you how these suffixes are used. So you would never use them if you were talking about the person to someone else. I'll give you a wrong example first, okay? So, for example, I'm talking about Minju to Seoyi, okay? And I say, yesterday, Minjuya ate cereal for breakfast. No, that's completely wrong. You would never add that when you're talking about them in, is it the third person? When just talking about them, basically. You only use it if you are addressing them directly. Okay? You only use it when you're saying it directly to somebody. So if you notice in all the clips that I've shown you, they are only ever used, the suffix at the end of a person's name is only ever used when they're being addressed directly by the speaker. So, when Hosok says Jimin아, or when Jimin says 정국아. So, yeah, you can see that. But the annoying thing in fanfics, look, I have to spot these mistakes somewhere, right? So I spot them either on Twitter and then I come and talk to you about it, or I spot them in fanfics that I read that like frustrate me, and so I come and talk to you about it because I need a source where I spot where people get things commonly wrong and I want to correct you. You know, not to like embarrass you or anything, but I feel like you need to know so that you don't continue using it wrongly. And so I see people doing this all the time, using the wrong example that I just gave you, which is, like, for example, they're talking, and I remember this vividly. The character that this person was talking about in the story, they said, I asked Namjoon to come out of his room, or something like that. Whatever the context was, they said wrong. They said it wrong, and they said it wrong throughout the fucking story. I tried to ignore it, but I couldn't. And not only Namjoon's name, but just basically everybody. I asked Yoongi to blah blah blah. I asked Namjoon to blah blah blah. You know, whatever the context was, the way they used it was wrong. You can only use it to address people directly. And you can trust me when I say that even in my fics, I don't make it that fucking realistic, because just because they're Korean doesn't mean you have to use everything in their culture and like add everything, like that. So I don't even add that to my fics. At the very most, I'll put a hyung in there if they, just to establish who's older than whom, because we already understand that part of the culture. That makes it easier. But other than that, I don't add in like too many aspects of like the Korean culture. I think that's taking it a bit too far, but that's a very personal opinion. If you want to use it, go ahead, but use it correctly. So, yeah, use it correctly, please. So, it's nice when someone does refer to you in that sort of way because it shows a closeness. Like I said, every time there's informality between you, it shows us a certain level of closeness already. So I love when, older men call me Araya. It's nice. It feels so nice. And there was like a big bug, I think. There was a bug. Okay. Anyway, yes. And so when they say araya, and I'm like, yes, oppa. No, oh my god, it's so cringy. It sounds so disgusting. I mean, it sounds cringy, but it has to happen. Like, who else is gonna call me araya? Older women and older men only, right? Otherwise, they'd be calling me something else. Like, they wouldn't be using my name. So my response would be, yeah, 언니, 오빠. How else would I respond? 알아요. 네, 오빠. What do you, right? Like, 알아요. Like, well, 알아, what do you want? I'm like, 네, 오빠. 네, 언니. So, okay. I realize this video is a little less structured than my usual video, but it is like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm high on caffeine. So I'm trying very hard to give you a structured lesson here. So okay, here's more clips of BTS saying each other's names, the older members calling out to someone younger than them. So here we go. Have these clips.
나 남자. 남자 형 지금.
경호야, 형 열심히 했다, 진짜.
야 용기야 어디 있어? 경구야.
Alright, I can't put in that many clips. So today, the topic was addressing someone who is younger than you and how to call their name if it's a Korean person. You have to know the spelling of their name, please pronounce it specifically, and if the spelling of their name ends with a vowel, then the suffix you attach at the end of the name is ya. Okay, once again, the examples would be 윤기야, 민지야, 헌지야, okay? Taehyeong. Can't forget her, she might get jealous. You can actually also hear this in a song. In BTS's Just One Day, when Yoongi is about to rap, there's a little girly voice saying, "Yoongi야." Moving on. If the person's name ends with a non-vowel or a consonant, which is everything else except A, E, I, O, U, you add the suffix a. 지민아, 정구아, 태영아. Okay? So, yes. And let me pronounce the BTS names for you one more time slowly. 남준. Super easy. 남준. 석진. 석. It's not sukjin or sukjin. I've actually heard people pronounce it like that. Think of your socks. Sock. Sokjin. Sokjin. If sok is really hard for you, you can say aw, which is an aw sound. Sokjin. Sokjin. Sok. Sokjin. Sokjin. You get it right. Okay. So that sok sound applies also later. So Yoongi's name is a little bit harder because his name is spelled as Yoongi, and Yoongi is like, it's not a smooth transition. Like I said, the Korean language is all about sounds. Not all about, but largely about sounds. So you just join it together. Yoongi. Listen to me pronounce it. The Yoongi can be distinct, but you pronounce it fast enough that it's not really that audible. Yoongi. 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 Whatever. Just pronounce it Yoong. G-I. Yoongi. Just listen to me, okay? I know the correct way to pronounce it. Yoongi. Yoongi. Okay? Next, we have Hosok. Hosok. Like I said, that sock sound has to be there. Hosok. Ho. Like you're a cheating hoe type of hoe. Ho. Sok. Or if you're a farmer and you're raking your soil using a hoe, that type of hoe. Ho. Sock. Ho. Sock. Oh, so 미안해. Oh my goodness. Also, okay. Okay, moving along to next. 지민. Simple. 지민. 지민. It's a very light J sound. It's not a hard J. It's not Jimin. It's not Jimin. Okay, don't be offended, like I said. It's a light J. Jimin. Almost like a CH sound. It's between a CH sound and a J sound. Jimin. Okay? Light. Be light. Use your throat and the lightness of your tongue. Jimin. Okay? The same goes for your Jungkook later. It's not... We're gonna get to that. Next is Taehyeong. Tae. If you break it up, is Taehyeong. And that's not how it is. I tell you before that an H sound in the middle, I told you before, an H sound in the middle is a silent H. Almost silent. It is so subtle. Very, very subtle. Okay? Where's this fucking fly that keeps flying at me? Jesus. Like, why does it keep coming for me? Anyway, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick, and then I'm gonna hunt it down and kill it. Okay. No H pronounced in the middle of names. Taeyong. Taehyung. And the hyung is so light. Taeyong. Okay, got it? Taeyong. Almost no H. And last, we have Jungkook. Don't do that. Don't pronounce it like that. Light J. Very light. Light as a feather J. Tong. Tong. Your mouth has to go like this. Oh. Tong. Gook. J. O. Gook. Tonggook. Okay? Even though his name is spelled Jungkook. But that's like the English way to just show how separate those like letters are. Like those syllables. But Jeonguk is actually the most accurate, even though I don't spell it that way, and I actually don't like the look of that spelling, but it is actually the super accurate way to pronounce his name. Tonggook. Okay? A K sound in the middle of a word, it is very likely to be a G sound. So there's a lot of little tiny patterns that I would love to tell you about. You know, if you have curiosities about how sounds should be, we can do a whole lesson on that the next time. Just let me know in the comments. You have to let me know what you want to learn so that I can explain it to you. And I feel like since we are talking about this and how sounds are, we can definitely do a lesson, you know, and talk about the sounds of things and how each letter in the alphabet sounds and how they sound in different parts of a word, because I know you learn it and it has that sound, but in different parts of a word it sounds different. So that could make your like pronunciation of words more easy, I guess, if you start noticing a pattern. So, what do you guys think? Maybe we could do that for next lesson. Alright, I feel like the longer we go, the more frizzy my hair seems to get for some reason. And then there's a fly that keeps attacking me. But yeah, for all future videos now, it's just gonna look like this. It's just gonna be me and this weird light across a quarter of my face, and me wearing a hairband, and me recording late at night because, yeah, I live in a chaotic household and lockdown is not fun. So, okay, I will see you guys in the next video. You have to write me those comments, okay? So, yeah, I'll see you in the next video.